There are many ways in which my media products use, develop and challenge the forms of conventions of real media products. This way, I was able to create my media products to a professional and unique standard. Horror films centre on strange, forbidden and alarming events. A common form of horror films is the theme. A typical theme within horror films is revenge, which I adapted to my own horror trailer. My horror trailer follows a strange boy who has a hidden evil side to his personality, and after he is tormented by two bullies, his evil spirit comes to life. The boy seeks for revenge upon the two bullies, which can be noticed when watching the trailer. I feel that the trailer portrays the theme of revenge well, as the boy can be seen chasing the two bullies within the trailer. The title of my trailer, Reprisal, means an act of retaliation, which is the exact purpose of the boy's actions within my trailer. Another convention that I used in my horror trailer is the use of different angles and shots of camera work. I used a variety of camera angles in my horror trailer. For example, establishing shots, close-ups and over-the-shoulder shots. Camera angles play an important role in conveying the genre of horror, and audiences instantly recognise a horror film through strange camera angles. An example from my horror trailer of a camera angle I think works well is an over-the-shoulder shot of the antagonist looking at the protagonist running in the distance. This camera angle works well in portraying the dominance over the antagonist that he has over the protagonist. The location of a horror film is another big convention of the horror genre. The location is a key aspect to which audiences are able to identify a horror film. The location of my horror trailer is a boarded off building with hoarders surrounding it. The hoarders were effective in my trailer as they held danger signs, and I was able to construct a moment where the protagonist appears from behind one of the hoarders. There was land besides the boarded building, which I was able to film my flashback scenes. I was also able to find a metal storage unit. The storage unit was effective as it was dark and mysterious, which conformed to the horror genre. The research and planning for my horror project helped me construct all of my media products to a suitable standard. The film magazines and film poster analysis I constructed helped me recognise the standard conventions of magazines and posters. I was able to take ideas from real media texts I analysed and use them in my own. An example is the Iron Man edition of the Empire magazine I analysed. The masthead of the Empire magazine has electric effects used to symbolise the costume of Iron Man. I realised that Empire had uniquely structured the masthead which linked with the edition of the magazine. Therefore, I felt the need to construct my own masthead, which I done so by creating a blood-splattered effect across the Empire logo on my magazine. This way, audiences are able to recognise the style and genre of the magazine. I challenged this convention as Empire magazine is not strict of the horror genre, but of all types of genre. Through constructing my own Empire magazine, I had to identify to the audience that the magazine was a horror edition, which I think worked successfully. My film magazine and film poster conformed to the horror genre through low-key lighting and Enigma. I successfully used low-key lighting on each of the two media products through using tools on Photoshop. Low-key lighting is the main convention of the horror, as it conforms to the dark and gloomy aspects of real media text of the horror genre. The background of my magazine is very dark, and by using tools on Photoshop, I was able to make the skin of the protagonist dull and lifeless. I used the same techniques with my poster, as I had to carry the same conventions through all of my media products. Enigma for all of my media products was important, as I wanted to create a mysterious theme for the audience. Enigma was portrayed through my ancillary products by the evil personality of my antagonist, which is conveyed through the disfigured part of his face on both my magazine and poster. Revenge is bliss is the tagline I use for my film poster and the typography in my horror trailer. Taglines are used in many real media texts of the horror genre. My tagline is suitable as it gives the audience an insight into what theme the film is based around. Taglines are an effective way of making audiences want to watch media, which is why I chose to use a tagline. I realised this when analysing The Last Exorcism film poster, which used the tagline, "If you believe in God, you must believe in the devil." This is an effective tagline making the audience know the film will revolve around the devil or demons, which is the main theme in the horror genre.